is Lindsay Klein with Drucker Labs. I'm joining you live from the Hack Your Health Conference here in Tampa, Florida. If you happen to be here, come join us. Come see us at booth 339. So one thing I would love to do is dive in a little deeper on our flagship product, our Intramax. We have both a flavored version, which is peach mango, and an unsweet, unflavored version. So one thing that we get asked a lot is, if I only want to buy one product, which one would it be? This is it, the Max. This is what you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. It has 415 nutrients, and you're getting that in 1 ounce serving. So let's dive in a little deeper, talk about some of the ingredients, but first, I want to talk to you about the technology. The one thing that makes us unique from any other supplement out there on the planet, and that's the carbon bond technology. You're not going to find anyone else doing this. It is proprietary. It is something that Dr. Drucker was told couldn't even be done. He has figured out how to bond carbon, living carbon, what we're made of. Not carbonate, what the table is made of and the bottle is made of, but living carbon that we're made of. He has figured out how to bond that to all the nutrients in these products. Why does that matter? Why do we care? The reason we care is because that carbon is the same tissue match as what we're made of, and therefore our body knows what it is and it can use it. Use it or lose it, because if it doesn't want to use it, it can now get rid of it. The beauty of the carbon is that it also acts as a protector. So things that you may otherwise have sensitivities to, you probably won't have any adverse reactions to whatsoever, because that carbon really changes the molecular structure of it. And now your body can see what it is, use what it needs, and excrete what it doesn't need. And Dr. Drucker actually did an experiment to prove this on rats. He injected some rats with methyl mercury. They were dead within 30 minutes. Then he carbon bonded the methyl mercury the same way he does our ingredients. He injected the carbon bonded methyl mercury into the rats, and nothing happened to them. They had no adverse effects whatsoever. So not only does the carbon act as a carrier, but it acts as a protector. Lastly, it's a detoxer, because the carbon has an affinity for carbonate, the stuff that the table and the body, the bottles are made of, that stuff that we don't want in our body, the synthetic stuff, the microplastics and the herbicides and pesticides and just the nastiness that we come into contact with everything that we do and we're exposed to. Carbon will snatch that right up and get it out of our system. This is truly a miracle molecule, and one that saved Dr. Drucker's life. So that's really what makes Intramax unique from everything else out there. But let's talk about the ingredients in here that are carbon bonded. Broad categories, you're going to find superfoods, essential fatty acids, amino acids, minerals, electrolytes. You're going to find prebiotics. You're going to find antioxidants and enzymes. The list goes on and on. Superfoods. We're talking alfalfa, we're talking asparagus, beets, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, celery, eggplant, kale, leeks, okra, parsley, pomegranate. If you want algae, that's a big thing right now. It's got chlorella, spirulina. Those are huge right now. If you're concerned about immunity, it has ginger, turmeric, calendula, echinacea, dandelion root, aloe vera. Do you like essential oils? These have 38 essential oils. Have you ever heard the Christmas story? Myrrh and frankincense, gifts to Jesus. Those essential oils are in here, along with 36 others. This is packed full of great stuff, and every single molecule of nutrient that's in this is bonded to living carbon, the stuff your body wants and it needs. If anyone is familiar with the two-time Nobel Prize winner Linus Pauling, there's a famous quote from him where he says, every sickness, every disease, and every ailment can be traced back to an organic trace mineral deficiency. These are organically bound minerals and nutrients. This is what he was talking about. Organic, as in containing carbon. That's huge. Linus Pauling even said there's only 3 things that we need to survive: oxygen, water, and organically bound minerals. These are organically bound minerals and nutrients. This is what our body needs. Now that we've talked about what's in the product, let's talk about what's not in the product, which is just as important. There is no wheat, there is no gluten, there is no yeast, there is no dairy, there is no milk, there's no eggs, there's no soy, there's no artificial colors or flavors, there's no binders, there's no coatings, there's no herbicides, there's no pesticides, there are no synthetics, there are no chemical preservatives. And I want to pause on that one. No chemical preservatives is huge. The FDA typically requires chemical preservatives in liquid supplements. It's very rare, perhaps non-existent outside of Drucker Labs, I'm not sure, but certainly very rare to find a liquid supplement that does not contain chemical preservatives. And Dr. Drucker had to fight for years with the FDA to prove to them that his natural process was just as effective as the chemical preservatives. He proved it. And so now, since 2022, our product contains no chemical preservatives, which is amazing. Also, no heat. That in and of itself is amazing. It is very difficult to find products out there, liquid products, that do not have any heat in their manufacturing process. We don't. We use a cold fill process, a proprietary process, and this never sees heat. We have no chemical emulsifiers. Now, you may have noticed, if you've been using the product, that if you let it sit for a while, it starts to layer. The reason for that is the more dense, heavy nutrients fall to the bottom of the bottle, while the lighter nutrients float to the top. That's because we're not using heat and we're not using chemical emulsifiers. Products that do, they can maintain the consistency throughout their product. But the way that they're doing that is harmful to the nutrients. And we want to maintain the integrity of the nutrients, which is why Dr. Drucker is adamant that we not use heat. We don't want to kill any of the nutrients in our product. So that layering is actually a good thing. It gives you the confidence that this product has not been subjected to heat and it doesn't have those chemical emulsifiers in it. If you have any other questions about our product, we would love to hear from you. We would love to answer any questions you have. Just send us an email at info@druckerlabs.com. We can't wait